Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. So my latest documentary on this channel happens to be from Netflix and it's called Chernobyl The Lost Tapes. Now, I, like many people a couple of years ago, watched Craig Mazin's wonderful drama series Chernobyl. I have no doubt there are some people that are probably thinking to themselves, what could this documentary show that wasn't necessarily shown in the dramatization of Chernobyl and its aftermath? Well, here's the thing about this documentary is that this film contains footage that has never seen a light of day before, or footage that has been stored away and may have at one time been able to should be shown, that is now being rediscovered. Basically, how in the 70s everyone was in on the nuclear power craze, wanting to build nuclear power plants, and so was the Soviet Union, particularly after Brezhnev died. And one of the things that this documentary does is that there are no talking heads. A lot of this is people's narration of the events in question. And I think one of the more interesting things upon watching this documentary, quite frankly, yes, the radiation exposure on these people is quite frankly one of the saddest things I've ever seen in a documentary. Remember in that one subplot involving that one woman and her husband, and she's pregnant. Firemen that were on that scene that night, their spouses had to bribe to get in to see their significant other. And we've obviously come to see that woman as she goes back to Chernobyl all these years later. And it's fairly heartbreaking. There are definitely some interesting tidbits that I had not really realized. Granted, I know that we all have come to realize that, oh yeah, these people are going to leave for a couple of days, and then they'll be back right after it all goes down. Obviously, and granted, we know that's bullshit, and hearing it out of the general's mouth is obviously a reassuring thing. The one thing that I didn't fully realize, and I don't think it made its way on to the dramatization, that these people were forced to sign non-disclosure agreements by Gorbachev, which I'm like, really? Wow, Gorbachev went out of his way to say, hey, all in a bad place right now, please sign this. And therefore we also see the effects on livestock and of other people being born. And obviously the people themselves are like, yeah, this is complete bullshit. We don't trust the government. Obviously this was bringing down of the Soviet system. This is that when Russia recently tried to take over Chernobyl, the soldiers were digging in to the soil to set up positions. Obviously they got, radiation poisoning. I think I learned a new term here. It's called radiophobia, fear of radiation. And quite frankly, anyone would be justified in fearing against radiation, because radiation you cannot feel. Radiation goes through you, and obviously you suffer the side effects of it, and obviously the trial, just like in the miniseries, that in and of itself is basically a show trial. It means nothing. These people will obviously go to prison. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Chernobyl The Lost Tapes, well, I'll give this a leave work early. Please check this thing out. It's worth watching. So folks, Chernobyl The Lost Tapes. Have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe. Enrich yourself in knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.